Hello, and welcome to A Couple of Switch. Today we're doing something completely different because I'm not on the screen. It's my dear friend Aaron from Stockholm. Say hello.
Hello.
And yeah, we both played in the Evolution Cup and we both came top 10. But Aaron over here actually came 3 places higher than me at top 7.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy! And we're gonna do a deck profile about his Bond of Friendship deck. So yeah, you can just start whenever you're ready.
Right then, I'll start with the X.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
So I played 4 Ukamon.
The four alt arts. Which one is mine that I sold to you?
Oh, dude, I actually had my last egg sleeves marked just to know that it was yours, but I forgot to do it. This time.
No, it's. Oh.
I'm never getting rid of these, so it's okay. It will be with me forever anyway.
Yeah, so that's pretty much unexplained. So you don't need to explain why you play that. It's so good. It's so good at every deck right now.
I don't play the 5th egg, I guess, because I always want to see this. That's
Yeah.
like the interesting part. I saw some people play the Demi Vemon that gives 1,000 power.
Yeah.
Whichever one. I think that one.
It doesn't matter.
I like the card draw because I like unbricking. My list is not as consistent as other people's lists.
You don't think it's you don't think?
No, I play a lot more options than other people. A lot of people just play a bunch of rookies.
Yeah.
My list doesn't, so I think the card draw is more important in my list than in other people's lists. But that's it for the eggs. Also, I used these sleeves.
Yeah, from the Grand Prix.
I wanted to use them for my deck, but 2 were damaged, and you only got 50. So
Really?
I did lemonade out of lemons, I guess.
Oh, that's so sad though.
Then for the level 3s, rookies,
Yeah.
I played spoilers.
Octo spoilers.
Octo spoilers. I played 4 of the BT6 Goblin.
Oh, and they're all alt arts. Oh my
Yeah,
god. The fucking pimp on this boy.
Dude, I'm so close to opening my Tamer's Evolution and just pimp out my Hammer Sparks.
Do it.
Almost. 4 of the. I guess this one's more important. Oh, I voice cracked as well. 4 of the BT1 Gabumon.
Pretty much, yeah, I don't need to explain that either. It draws a card. It's so good. It's so good, like...
Both of these cards are crazy. Like, they're so broken.
And for 8 alt arts, do you have any more rookie alt arts to show me?
Next set.
No, yeah.
But they look kind of ugly. We'll see. Then I also played 4 of the new Dash Pack Gabumon.
Yeah, you know how much that is worth now?
Yeah, I saw. It's probably not gonna go down. So.
Like, Jesus Christ, that's 600 Swedish crown or 60 euros for all of those 4.
I paid like 20, I think. This is crazy.
This is a heavy, super... How much do you think all of these 12 cards are worth together right now?
Way too much for me. I don't want to know because I'm gonna keep them.
It's like 120 euros for those 12 rookies right now.
Yeah, but I actually hated this card so long. It was like, I was like, yeah, it sucks because I never hit a tamer, but
yeah, it's good when you need it. It's good.
It was really good the whole tournament. I hate to be wrong.
Well, aren't you happy to be wrong because you played with it?
Anton, maybe you were less wrong than I assumed. Maybe this card is good.
Oh, okay.
This card was pretty good the whole tournament.
Yeah, do you play any non-foil rookies?
I do. I actually played 2 more Gabumons.
Oh, yeah.
The one that gives 1,000. This card thing's pretty clutch, actually, today. I think this card's actually pretty good. It's like severely worse of the Agumon from the starter deck.
Yeah.
It's still good. It's also your turn. All turns can like throw your opponent off guard. They can attack into your
Oh,
guy.
yeah, that's true.
It was pretty good, honestly. I liked it a lot. And then I played 2 Modoki Betamon.
You don't play the Strabimon anymore?
I don't. I felt like I had so many on plays. I just wanted cards that... So I wanted my next cards to like just be... Like, with this many on plays, I'm like never gonna want to play this Drabimon over any of these, or not never, but most of the time because these are Gabumons, so they put a threat because I can always make them into Bond of Friendships. So if I wanted to play a non-Gabumon card, I wanted it to be like a blowout.
Yeah.
This card is like such a blowout in so many matchups. It was crazy.
It's really good against the mirror match as well.
Yeah, it's crazy in the mirror. It isn't flashy. Like, you don't see that it's doing much when you play it, but it does a lot. Also, when I played in the Grand Prix, I played against so many Hexblaus that this card just
destroyed them. Yeah, it just destroyed them.
I do hate playing this card sometimes, though, because it always gets awkward when people activate their memory cards and you have this on board.
And you have to have an entire argument over it?
Actually not, and shoutouts to my last round opponent. He was such a nice guy. He is instantaneously was like, oh yeah, sure, and put it in the... He was, like, he accepted it like such a gentleman.
Yeah, but I guess some people really get super mad that they screwed up and they want to find a way to, put it on you.
Yeah. And those people are not very nice.
Yeah, but this tournament, everyone was super nice in my opinion. No problem at all. No problem at all.
All my opponents, they were so nice. Everyone was such a nice... Even my round 7 opponent, Jesus, he was... such a nice guy. I high rolled so...
You just wrecked him and he was fine with it.
Actually, that was the last round opponent. I drew the nuts and he played Pepsi, so his deck is a little bit more inconsistent and I steamrolled.
Yeah, you speed rolled into the hard roll.
The last round, I'll go through it later. It was crazy. And
for the champions?
Seventh round. Yeah. And that's it for the rookies. I'm playing a fairly small rookie amount compared
you
to...
think it's 16 rookies?
A lot of lists plays more than 16. I think a lot of lists, especially in NA, which is like they haven't played the format as much as us, so maybe they don't know. But they play tested a lot for EX1, so they should know. But just a different deck philosophy. But I think that a lot of people go for 19, 20 and they're like, this is Rookie Rush, right? We should play this.
Yeah, but I think your philosophy is much better because you have more places for option cards that has an out to different, different situations.
I think it's more like a mid-range deck almost than a pure aggro deck. And
16 is pretty aggro though. 16 is pretty aggro still.
Yeah, it is pretty aggro. But the thing about the level 3s is also they're very bad to sit in a huge amount in your hand. That's your brick one when you only set level 3s. You always want to see level 3s, but you don't want to see them in crazy amounts because then you'll just...
Yeah, you play a level 3, you draw a level 3. You play a level 3, you draw a level 3.
If they're these guys, you're happy in any amount, basically. But the other cards are you don't want to see them too much. And then I go to the level 4s.
Yeah.
So I played... The level 4s, I played 4 Octomon.
Octomon Control Pog.
Yeah, Octo Control. Official name of this deck.
It's really good. Many people don't play the Octo, I've seen.
Yeah, they play Gorilla instead for the cheap cycle. I think that's just... I could see cutting down to 3 Octo, maybe squeeze in the Gorilla or something, but I think there's probably other cards I want to squeeze in before that. This card's insane, especially in the mirror match. It's very hard to deal with.
Yeah.
If you sit with an Octomon on an open board, it's very
with the Gorillamon, you can out it with an Atomic Blaster and remove a rookie, but with that you can't. You can only remove one.
Yeah, exactly. And the cool thing about it is if everyone plays Gorillamons, this card becomes better, right? Because then when they attack my security and I check this, it dies.
Yeah.
It would die anyway if it was a gorilla, but the cool thing is I can hit over their gorillas, and they can crash into my Octo.
Yeah, I think it's super good. Every time you use the Octo against me, I've always been punished because that extra 1000 DP does a lot of difference.
Yeah, it was pretty clutch as well. My opponent, I don't remember what card. I was playing against the Musketeers.
Yeah.
And I had this under the Octo and had exactly 8 cards when they attacked.
Yeah.
And he checked the 7k in the security.
Exactly, and that's why it's so good, because sometimes that extra 1000 DP makes all of the difference. That makes you win the game.
Don't sleep on vanilla, kids. They're
Don't sleep on the calamari.
it's the best ice cream flavor. Don't at me. Then 4 of the probably best card in the deck, Lobomon. This card's insane.
Yeah. That and a Guinimon. What can you do? You clear the entire board and you win anyway.
I'm just gonna say it. Like, if you're not playing 4 Lobomons, you're probably incorrect. This card's crazy. This card, it's just...
It's too good. It's too good. It wins games. Always. It wins games.
Yeah. I wish I could play, like, 8.
No, please.
Probably not 8, but, like, 6. I think. And then 4 Quartermon. This is not as spicy as it used to be, but I was...
It's still pretty good, in my opinion.
I was pretty ahead of my time with these. Now a lot of people are putting them in. But...
just the momentum of getting a dude out on field from the security and pulling 2 cards in this deck is tremendously important.
Yeah, it's super important against the control matchups as well, because you don't really care about how much memory you give them in the early game. You just want to, like, not run out of steam.
Yeah.
So you can, like, continuously push. And checking this in security in the aggro matchups is also, like, insane, because you get an extra attack. So, yeah, this card's actually really good. I don't know if I'm going to continue playing it after EX1, because I've seen some lists stopped playing it. So I'm going to try.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And yeah, I honestly don't know why, but obviously I'm gonna try it because you can always test stuff, right? Doesn't hurt. And I really like this. This card's been pretty good. The whole all tournaments I've played. This deck has been basically the same all of the tournaments, except that I didn't play these for a long while because.
Yeah, but now you see how good it is because now you came 7th place, top 8 in Europe, in the entirety of Europe. Yeah. Come on, come on. Take that. You have to take that.
And then for the no level 5, no level 6.
Yeah.
Those are for the weak.
You go directly to the 7s.
Yeah, we go directly to the 7s. I need 3 more of these.
Yeah, you do. You really do.
I'm upset as well because I couldn't do that to my friend, but my friend actually bought I think the last 3 from Card Trader that were like at reasonable price. So I'm probably gonna have to wait until it comes up again. But yeah. I love this. I love this deck. I think I'm just gonna keep the max void. It's so fun.
Yeah, you should play all 4 of them to the alt art because I think the alt art is so fucking good. It's so good. The foiling.
I do like this artist though, but yeah, the alt art is amazing. But I'm not gonna explain why I play 4. You play 4 in Bob.
Yeah,
you
play 4 in Bob as well. Like you have to.
It's really good. It's really good. And I guess I can do tamers before options.
Yeah, and it's a lot of tamers, huh?
It's an amount. Not as much as in BT7, but it's still a pretty fresh amount. So I played 4 mats. Not gonna explain this too deeply. It's broken. This card.
You have to use it. You have to have it.
Like it's not. Oh wow.
Oh god, aggressive.
Sorry. Yeah, I'm very passive aggressive. It's not even that you can go into this guy. It's the memory and the draw is so like insane in itself.
Yeah, wasn't it one time when you had 3 out on the field and you gained 3 and draw 3? Like it's so good.
Yeah.
You can't compete.
I have like my win rate when I have 2 of these on board is just like it's pretty insane.
And you play what else for tamers?
Then I played 3 Davis.
Yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense. It's so good.
This card is pretty good. I don't like playing it from hand a lot because it's a 4. It's like a pretty annoying cost because you don't even like put a threat on board immediately.
But you can draw into the buff and grab it to the hand, and you.
Yeah, you can. It fixes brick hands, which is good,
and it stacks with memory because the math effects and all of that.
Yeah, and checking this in security is like crazy. Also, like if you have both of these on board, it's pretty crazy. You get 4 memory in one. Like.
Yeah, I know. I felt the pain playing against you many times.
Yeah, I also heard that this card's like going up a lot in Japan. This card's becoming like the new TK. It's like going pretty crazy.
Yeah, your entire deck is just going up in price because people are realizing how good Bond of Friendship is.
Yeah, or people are buying it out. Like stock is not recuperating at a fast enough pace.
Well, I could see a Hammerspark in there.
Yeah, you guessed it right. For the options, I played 4 Hammerspark.
Oh,
One of these
what
should
a
be foil.
surprise! What a surprise!
One of these should be foil. I'm weak. I should just open my Tamers Evolution.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah,
Order 4 instead for like 800.
Yeah, maybe. Oh, that's so much money though. I'm a student. How do I afford this as a student? Let's not. I'm gonna get depressed. But yeah, these cards are very insane.
Yeah.
I love them. A cool tip: if you know that your opponent has Gausimon or Monogebetamon or something like that, don't be afraid to use these aggressively. That's what I do. I use them pretty aggressively in matchups where they could just play that so that they don't become blowouts.
Yeah, they don't become dead cards in hand.
Yeah, and I can like progress. Usually it's like fine. You can just progress the game state at a reasonable pace. Then I played 3 of... This card's still being pretty slept on. 3 of Howling Memory Boost.
It's so good! It's so good! It ruins me! It ruins me!
Yeah, I did actually... This card was insane. I don't remember which round, but I did like double Howling on a guy, and he's lost. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It's such a cool card because it's like can work as a defensive tool and a like proactive tool. You can like... Oh, he has lethal. Okay, I can play this, and then I like set up my own play for next turn.
But
I can just play this
is there people who don't play Howling? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, some people are not playing Howling, especially in the early stages of the meta. I always thought this card was insane, but
I don't get it. I don't get it. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, I love this card. This card's insane. And then I guess for the little, this is pretty spicy. I played 2. Some people were onto this, by the way. My only loss was onto this. We played basically the same list.
Yeah.
2 Cocytus Breath and 1 Rattlestar.
1 Rattlestar.
These are, in some ways, like the same card, because they're both like removal. So that's why I'm showing them together. And I was in the beginning playing 3 Rattlestar, but this card like, especially after like the first weeks, this card started to suck a lot because people were playing around it.
Yeah, people, you have to. That's the problem.
And it also isn't like great against Black Royal Knights and stuff like that because they won't like. As I said, they just play around it. They won't put down the 3rd guy, and you can't get rid of their Craniumon.
Yeah.
Whereas like this card allows you to pretty efficiently get rid of the Craniumon, and it has synergy with this then because if they hard play the Craniumon, which is a pretty common response, you can just play this to just turn it off.
Yeet it out of there.
Yeah. So it's I really, and this card's just like almost in every way an objectively better security check. Of course, if they have a 3rd guy on board, this is just a better card in every aspect.
But that's why you run 1. That's why you run 1.
Run 1 for if they don't play around it, and if they can't play around it, because they can't every time. Like, the world isn't perfect. They won't play around it every... They won't be able to play around it every time. Sometimes I have to go play into it, and then I want to have it.
Yeah.
And then one of the spicy Forbidden Trident.
Yeah, that was the spice that saved the day, right?
Yeah, this card was insane. This card's been insane like a lot of times because it works a lot like the in Pepsi in the red-blue variant of this deck that's becoming a lot more popular. And they play like ties and they play a bunch of red ties in order to be able to play Lightning Joust, I think the card is, and Delicate Plan. This card works very similarly to that, in that I get to make my Bond of Friendship 16, so it doesn't die to other bonds or Omnimons in security.
Yeah.
It's pretty insane. And that's actually more cards, I think, on average, than what the Delicate Plan turns off most of the time. So this card was pretty insane in that aspect. And what's also cool about this card is that it's not even horrendous in the early game, because you can just use this as like early game removal. Which is what
to
I did
remove rookies from the field.
I did that the last round against Pepsi. Really nice guy, by the way.
Double removal
his
on the
name
off
isn't
is
Pepsi,
dangerous
like,
as fuck. Jesus Christ.
But this card, like, I could bounce his rookie so he couldn't lethal me, which is like, it did that a lot, actually. It's just a good card. Also, another application you can do is you can just pass your turn with this card. So you just put yourself at 1 in order to have the Hammer Spark outs when you need that.
Yeah. That probably saved you, huh?
And I didn't do it too much, actually, today, but I did a similar play. I'll go through it later.
Yeah, sure.
And yeah,
that's one consistent Bond of Friendship list. Like, Jesus Christ, it's not a surprise that you came so far.
Yeah, it has a lot of card drawing, which is also why I can support playing just one-offs.
Yeah, because just like Three Musketeers in that case, it's fine that I like have one-offs, because even though if they happen in the grave, I can use them. And you draw so much, so having a one-off, you always draw into them.
Yeah, I draw into my one-offs a fair amount of times.
Because your drawing is turbo compared to other decks.
Yeah. I like it. Blue is the draw power deck color.
Yeah, so you want to go through your matches?
Sure. So I'll just pull them up here from our...
Yeah, no problem, no stress.
I probably can't remember it because I'm a little bit tired, but if you are my opponent and watch this, it isn't out of ill will. I am so tired right now that if it isn't in the notes, I probably won't remember it.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, we're both so fucking tired. Do you like, we're streaming right now, this, and I've been streaming for 10.5 hours.
That's crazy. You're doing a great job. That's crazy.
Yeah, I guess.
I would not be able to do that. Alright. So, apparently, I lost round 1 as well.
You did? Yeah, so we both lost first round and then won 7 matches in a row. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? 7 rounds in a row.
I lost round 1 to Bond of Friendship, so he played basically an exact same list as me.
Yeah.
He's really nice guy. Played Trident. I think he literally played. There can't have been much card difference in our lists because I didn't see any card that I didn't play.
What was his score at the end of the round 8?
Oh, that's a good question. I can check that.
Because the guy who won against me in round 1 only won 1 more match after that before round, like...
Yeah.
Yeah, and that hurt. That really hurt.
His final result was 59.
He came 59th. Yeah, that's a lot better.
So yeah, I think he lost 1 more round. He went X2.
Yeah, that's probably the reason why you topped 7 instead of 10.
Yeah, yeah, probably. Really nice guy. Anywho. Yeah, then I played against...
A lot of Three Musketeers, I've heard.
Yeah. I think round 2, though, was against Bob.
Oh.
And I pretty much high rolled. I drew very good hands, and I don't think he did. He did have a double Greymon turn.
Yeah.
At one second. The second game.
That sounds very scary.
Yeah, but I neutralized it with this card, because this card's broken.
Oh, it's so broken! Oh my god! It should be legal.
Yeah, this card's crazy.
It's well, considering that not that many people are playing it, that's the reason why it's not banned.
Yeah. I mean, I think people stop running this as well. Not in Friendship, but in the hybrids they stopped running this, which felt weird because this has so much energy. But
yeah,
basically
just play it yourself and then you win the tournaments. What can you say? It's a good opportunity.
Right.
A good opportunity for you.
It's more out of like curiosity. I'm not saying they're right or they're wrong. I'm just like pinpointing out. I've seen people stop running this, but this card right now, I think this card's insane. I don't know if 3 is correct. Maybe 2 is correct though. But I don't know. I like this card a lot. Seeing it in multiples made me happy most of the time.
And how many Three Musketeers did you meet?
A lot. I think. But first, in round 3, I played against Black Royal Knights, actually, and I was about to lose it.
And then, yeah, you almost went to time that round, yeah?
Hey, that's against Musketeers.
Oh, okay.
Black Royal Knights was just a tight game. Like, we both sat there and were like... That was the first game that went into time. We were like, ugh. But it went. I somehow won. Can't really remember how. I think I went for aggressive Bond of Friendships, which is just generally a tip against control decks. Just do your Bond of Friendship when you can, especially against decks with black or purple.
Yeah.
So that you don't. Just so you don't. So they don't thwart defeat, and you just have a dead Bond of Friendship in hand. Right, I think I even hard played this against someone.
You did, and you didn't get punished for it?
I did get punished for it, but it was just better than... I think I won that because he had to... Either I lost it, but I think it was good because they have to deal with it, and it's better than having this as a brick. So use these like semi-aggressively so they don't thwart defeat your mats, and you can play the game. Is what I wanted to say, at least. Then round 4 was Jesmon. It went pretty
good.
Well. Yeah, 2-0. I think this was one of the quicker ones.
Yeah, the one that was 10 minutes.
I think so. It went... No, that was Musketeers. This one went really fast, though, as well, I think. I think one of the games I really drew the nuts. And one other was pretty tight. But yeah. It went pretty well, I think. And then against Musketeers.
Yeah, how many? 4? 3?
Yeah, 1, 2. It must have been 3, I think. And this is the one I didn't note down. Hey, we've gone
wow,
through
you forgot
4,
to write down one. Shame.
1, 2, 3, and then round 8 is Pepsi. Yeah, I think it was 3 Musketeers I played against. I think. If it's not, I'm sorry.
Yeah?
Can't remember right now at the top of my head. But I think it was 3 Musketeers, and it was crazy.
Crazy?
One went really fast, and my opponent was like,
yeah,
let's go this fast. And then I was like, yeah, the matchup's pretty favored. And he's like, it's been pretty favored for me. So I think that the card choices in my deck somehow makes my... Or not somehow, I play a lot of card draw. So I don't get fizzled out. So my musket matchup becomes way more favorable than it should be.
Yeah, I know, you wreck my ass every time. Big sad.
And one of the Musketeers was crazy. I was 30 seconds off getting a draw.
Oh my god, and you won at the end.
Yeah, it was literally my turn. Draw, play. I was so scared that I was gonna fuck up as well. But
why did it go to time?
We went to the 3rd game, so that's why, basically.
Did he play like a super defensive matchup so you couldn't go aggro?
He played. We played at a fairly decent pace. I think he played a little bit slow in time, but I think it was mostly because he was stressed. Because he did give me good amount of time to finish my turn. So, I'd say it was just we both utilized our seconds, right?
Yeah. As you should.
Yeah. And then I went against another... Yeah, I went against another Musketeer.
Yeah.
Is correct. I did play against 3 Musketeers in a row. And, this is the crazy... This was the one I did a crazy play in. Or, I got super lucky. I had 1 security left. He had 2 guys on board. He did set up lethal, right? The turn before. And I think my board state is, like... it's not any fancy. I think it's fairly obvious to a lot of people, but I just felt like
really good about it.
Yeah, and I was at 3 memory. So what happened was I had a bunch of stuff in hand. Like the important part was like I had this, and I had some amount of threes, and I had Davis. Once again, this isn't like crazy play or anything. It was just it felt really good to be rewarded for not being an absolute moron, I guess. So what happened here was I evolve the Gabumon. I draw a card, and I realized there's nothing I can do here that doesn't stop him from having lethal. Because he has 2 guys on board and he has a guy in racing, and I had like a bunch of removal in hand as well. I think I had like Howling, 1 Kaidas, and stuff like that. And so I just go, Davis, put him at 1, because he has no memory.
Yeah, and it was Memory Spark, huh?
And then he hits, and I'm like... And he didn't think that... He didn't see that it was Hammer Spark first. He was like, oh yeah. And then I was like, it's Hammer Spark, bro. I think it was like that. He took it really well, though.
It hurts, though. It really hurts. It hurts so bad.
I understood that it hurt for, like, that... I think he handled it like a total gentleman. He handled it really well.
It hurts my soul just hearing it, though, because Jesus Christ, he had the game, and then just Memory Sparks come out and destroys it.
And then I just move forward, go Bond of Friendship, and...
Yeah, you just hit for game, yeah.
Another cool thing that happened a lot during this tournament was, because I pushed very aggressively against the Musketeers, as you should, like, that's pretty obvious.
Yeah, you shouldn't wait on them. There's no point.
Yeah. They checked their trump swords early, so instead of checking them when I went for the friendship, that was pretty lucky.
Hurts. Well. It hurts my soul. Poor 3 Musketeers.
And,
how do you think their decks compared to mine?
I think their decks are more standard. They don't play Skull Greymon. I think they played the Tamer, the Mat, instead of the Skull Greymon.
I don't agree. Like I will never agree with Tamers in that deck. There's no point.
But they didn't get them anyway, so I don't think...
Exactly, so why use them?
I don't think it mattered, at least. And then last round was against Pepsi, and I just high-rolled, I steamrolled.
Yeah, good. For Psycho's sake.
Yeah, for Psycho's. He was a really good person. I really like the guy. He was the one who really just was like... He played Hammerspark. I showed him... I said, okay, I have Modoki, and he... Like a shad, just puts it in the graveyard.
And doesn't say anything.
Like, back or anything. He just puts it in the graveyard. I'm like, thank God we don't have to have this.
Yeah, but if he put it back in the hand, you would have had an argument, right?
And I don't know. I think I would have won anyway. I said it as well. It was the first game. I said it as well after the match. Thank God it didn't matter, because then I would have felt bad.
Yeah. Yeah, but like if you play it and you declare it, you have to. You have to. Like, and some people doesn't realize that. You just have to.
Yeah. I don't think I could have been kind about it anyway, because we had a judge watching us, so he would have probably said, you have to. It's correct game state. Also, the judges were all really nice. This card also wrecked him in the mirror match. This card was super good.
Yeah, because you removed everything.
I once did it, I bounced the rookie, and another time I made my Bond of Friendship 16, so his Bond of Friendship did not kill it.
Oh, so good, so good.
It's crazy. But yeah, I think that's all I can recall from the matches. I played against a lot of Spanish people, which was nice.
Yeah, I played like a very, very wide margin of people. Scotland, Spain, Italy. A very nice Italian man for this time. And yeah, like overall, it was a very nice tournament.
Yeah, I totally agree. The people, every opponent I played against were totally fantastic people.
Yeah.
Everyone played really well. And I really want to emphasize that the Spanish community is really strong.
Oh yeah, I didn't actually tell you that during like the first episode when I showed my deck.
Yeah.
I played against the free Musketeer mirror.
Ooh,
and I beat him, and he was the guy that came third place at the Spanish-French Evolution Cup. So I beat him in a mirror match.
That's crazy.
That felt really good, honestly. It felt really good knowing that I beat the third place Three Musketeers from that region.
Yeah.
Felt so good.
Yeah, I can understand that. I think my opponents also had probably prior tops. I wouldn't surprise me, at least. They were all really good. All were really strong players. And shout outs to all of my opponents. They were, as I said, really nice people. And of course...
Are we gonna shout out Niels this time?
No, he's 12. Shout out Niels. Shout out to Niels.
So you're gonna keep playing this?
The whole Swedish community.
Yeah, obviously. I'm so proud of.
Really strong.
I'm so proud of all of the Swedish boys.
We may not be as large as the big communities, but we put in the work, and I think it shows off that we have at least one person in every top.
Yeah. A Swede has topped every single, has been at the top table at every single BT6 tournament.
I think one of the strengths we have is that we're more, like, we actually... I think it will be hard for example, Spanish community, even though they're, as I said, really, really strong. Yeah, I think they had like 90 people that were playing that round. But when there are 90 people, I have doubts that they can all just come together like we do when we're like 10 people that really try. And
yeah, because we all cooperate, we all brew. When there's time to fight in this tournament, we all collect, like we come to each other and we talk and we support each other. Like it means a lot, I think, and we have a tight community.
Yeah, I actually really appreciate that. Now, I don't say that they don't do that in the Spanish. Of course they do that, and they're, as I said, really, really good. And all the other big communities are really, really good. But it's just a different kind of feeling. I feel like we are...
the tightest.
It's just a different kind of communities.
We're a smaller community, but every single one who plays knows each other, talks to each other, supports each other.
Yeah, and I don't doubt that they probably are a bunch of in other communities as well. But it was just a cool thing. I really felt it. Most of all, I felt it was really cool that we have such.
Yeah.
Even though we're small, we also are a strong community.
We are big and strong.
Small and strong.
So you gonna keep playing Bond of Friendship in the future?
Yeah, I'm playing this deck until I die.
Yeah, not until BT7. Then you're gonna play Magna Garurumon though.
Yeah, probably. I like that card as well. I like those decks. I'll probably still play some Bond of Friendship.
Well, you could play the Magna Garurumon into both spice.
I think hybrid buff did well early, so I'll probably try that out. But yeah, I'll also try out some Pepsi now. I have all the cards.
No Pepsi, no. Don't join the dark side.
But yeah, as a shout outs to everyone I played. Shout outs to, I guess. Special shout outs to my round 1 opponent, Strauss. He just messaged me.
Oh yeah.
Really cool guy. And shout outs to everyone who been helping me test with BT6.
No problem.
really appreciate it. And of course, shout outs to all the tournament organizers. You did a great job. It was a fantastic tournament.
Yeah, I guess that's it for today. So, yeah, we'll see how we'll do next time at whenever the next tournament have.
Yeah, I will be back.